Hi everyone. So in this roleplay video, the individual that I'm working with, Kim, is actually the sister of Ashley, who I discussed in the case summary. So just to give you a little bit about the background of Ashley before I dive into my work with Kim. So I'm using the structural family therapy theory. Within this family, there is a lot of trauma. There is a lot of physical, sexual abuse, in multiple generations within the family. So, the mother in the family firsthand experienced this, trauma, with losing their father to a drunk driver. And then she subsequently, coped with that trauma through her use of drugs and alcohol, and also began to engage in relationships with men who were abusive to her. While exposing the children to abuse, they too were physically and sexually abused as a result. In the case study, the oldest sister actually ends up moving out of the home once she becomes an adult, and the sisters, as she understands, continue to be subject to abuse during that time. Ashley also herself engaged in abusive relationships as a result of what she saw during her childhood, seen her mother do. So Kim is the other sister out of four girls. So Kim is kind of in a predicament now where, she's the second to the youngest, but now she's also, moved out, moved on, wanted to get her life together, get away from a lot of the just the stress of the trauma and the abuse that was going on in her mother's home. But as a result of her being more stable than all of them, Ashley has repeatedly come to live with her because of her own instability. One of the things that I did discuss in the case study about Ashley is the fact that she does suffer from instability as a result of being unable to maintain employment for the amount of jobs that she has been able to have. She has not been able to maintain that employment due to inconsistency with her childcare, so not having a stable person to watch her children, and then also because of the abuse that she suffered throughout the relationships with her children's fathers, showing up to work and him coming to the job and starting arguments with her, trying to be confrontational with her, times where she's had to repeatedly call out of work because of her injuries from him physically abusing her, and also having to call out of work because, she doesn't have anyone to watch her children. And it was very hard for her to really maintain a lot of relationships as far as with family or friends, people willing to watch her children, because a lot of them just did not want to be involved in her situation, were frustrated with her because she, every time she would leave one of these relationships, she would return almost immediately, and they made the decision to no longer really be involved. And for Kim, it was especially important for her to at least try to be at least one person in the family providing her sister with some type of emotional support, even if she couldn't really do as much physically. She's conflicted with wanting to be truly honest with her sister as far as how she feels about her reasoning for wanting to return to these men over and over again. And so in a way, she wants to keep her close so that she can, in a nutshell, kind of keep her safe because she'll at least know what's going on. But having to hear the stories over and over again is starting to weigh on her as well, because she too obviously was exposed to trauma during their childhood that she herself is still trying to deal with. And it's been one of the main reasons why she's kind of separated herself from her family, but she doesn't want to feel like, or have her sister feel like she's abandoned her, because she knows how it felt when Ashley moved out of the house and how she kind of had to fend for herself and her younger sisters. Now that Ashley's kind of come back into her life, she wants to try to repair that relationship by being there for her in any way that she can. So a few of the things that, we worked on, obviously building that collaborative relationship, helping her to kind of understand that, in our work, she is going to, in a sense, lead us in the direction that she wants to go as far as, what the presenting problem is, what are her goals, what are her expectations of her family, what needs does she have that are not being met by her, within her relationships, within her family, what some personal conflicts are within her that she would like to resolve as far as, moving on from and healing from her past. And just, listening emphatically, to her situation. It's very hard for her because she feels caught in the middle, because as a result of her being there for her sister, her family is now starting to turn against her. They feel like, we should all have a united front. Maybe if we choose not to help her, she'll stop going back to these men. She'll stop going back into these relationships. She'll stop exposing the children to this. And they are kind of in that realm of, we need to give her tough love. For Kim, however, she's realizing how abandoning her in this moment may not be the best situation, especially because she can still recall as kids how they felt abandoned when their mother was not there to protect them, when they were being left with these abusive men. She was still in the midst of battling addiction and substance abuse, because even after their father passed away and she ended up in these abusive relationships, not only was she still coping with the loss of their father, she was still dealing with feelings of inadequacy, feelings of loneliness. She was seeking these in men that were not good for her, that were toxic for her, and as a result, she continued to dive further and further into her addiction, and sometimes leaving the children, with these men repeatedly, sometimes for days on end. So in no way did they have any sense of safety or security. And so even in adulthood, one thing that Kim has really tried to avoid is having to depend on anyone. She has really developed a sense of independence from her family, and she takes a lot of pride in that. And in the same token, she now feels that she is in a position to try to help her sister, because she is the one person outside the situation who's not completely biased and can kind of understand why her sister's going through what she's going through better than anyone in her family can. And so she feels like it is very important for her to be that rock for her right now, because she feels like she has no one. As a result of these relationships, she's really been alienated and isolated from a lot of friends and family. And even for the sake of the children, because they are her, nieces and nephews, she definitely wants to be some type of safe haven for her until she can see herself, what I need to do to rid myself of this situation, so that I no longer have to be subject to this type of treatment. On the other hand, she's also very sad for her sister, because she understands why she's going through this, why she feels the way that she does, because she saw her mother do it. And she doesn't know how to get through to her to help her see her worth, help her see that that she deserves better than this. Her sister has expressed to her that she feels like, I have all these children, I don't have a job, so I have to have someone to take care of me and my children, and if this is what I have to go through, it's a small price to pay. She really does mourn for her sister, because she feels that her self-esteem is so low that it may take a very drastic act of God, pretty much, to get her out of the situation, that may result in her death, and that is her biggest fear. She's internalizing a lot of that, though, because she doesn't really know how to express it to her sister without her getting upset or wanting to, run away or run off with one of these guys, because she feels like, oh, well, he's not a bad person, and you don't really know him, and she doesn't want to kind of push her back into the arms of any of these men, because she, begins to start defending them if she tries to talk about it or bring it up. So she's really conflicted with, the difference between being there and trying to be empathetic, and at the same time trying to keep herself safe, because she's still dealing with her own trauma from her childhood situation, and almost in a sense feels uncomfortable when her sister is talking to her about it, because Ashley uses so much detail when she's telling her about all these different situations in which she was abused, and she almost feels like she's going through it as she's listening to Ashley talk about it, and it's very distressing for her. she knows her sister needs to talk to someone, but she feels that, she doesn't want to take that from her. She doesn't want to take the ability to vent from her, because Kim does feel like each time Ashley does vent, it's helping her get a little bit closer to really seeing the situation for what it is, so that she can find the strength to leave permanently. Her issue now is that this is, multiple times her sister has come to stay with her, and she's now been there for about 3 days now, I believe she said. And now she's ready to leave and go back again, because he's now apologized. He's saying he's not going to do it again. And, at the same time, Kim is conflicted also with the fact that she doesn't have anybody to really talk to about any of this. She can't really talk to her family. All of her friends are kind of telling her the same thing. You need to just kick her to the curb, let her figure it out for herself. She just wants to get beat up all the time. So she really doesn't feel like she can talk to anyone, because no one really seems to understand how she feels, or seem to understand why it is important for her to be there for her sister. So we talked about quite a few things. Majorly, relabeling, obviously. We did talk about some of the strengths within her relationship with her sister. She has expressed trying to repair the relationship with her mother, so that she does have some type of support, and hopefully, be able to kind of facilitate an opening or an openness for some healing for the family in general. So managing her stress is definitely number one. She has expressed going to work and being so drained from the night before, from sitting up all night with her sister, especially if it's the night that she's just left from being abused and she runs to her home. Every time this has happened, it's caused enormous stress on her to be up with her sister all night long, trying to get things together for her children, and she's, just venting about the situation. So she's not resting at night. She's experiencing some insomnia. She's not really able to relax when she gets to work. She does have, some fears, obviously, about when she leaves her sister home. Is she having him come over my home? Is she staying away from him? Is she going out and meeting him? Is she safe? Is she okay? So she finds herself really unable to focus at work, really stressed out at the job. And then coming home is not any less stressful. So she feels like she does not have an outlet for her emotions or her feelings. And so she's at the point now where she's really refused to face them. She's really trying to bottle everything up and figure out a way to kind of push through and push forward, because she feels she needs to be strong for her sister, and she can deal with her own issues later. And also feels that, right now, as long as I'm dealing with her issues, I don't have to face the harshness of my own. It's easier to kind of deal with someone else's problems for a change. And some other things that we went through and talked about were, relabeling, trying to normalize a problem, within the family, to try to develop a new perspective. So, kind of talking about how her family, has kind of targeted her sister quite often, told her she's responsible for what happens to her. She wants to get abused because she continues to keep going back, and instead of making it about her family and what they need to necessarily change in order to support her sister, talking about how the situation with her sister is affecting her and how to address that issue of not really being honest with her about how she feels, and not wanting to have the conversation because she doesn't want to deal with the potential confrontational aspect of it, as well as with her mom, and finding a sense of peace if she doesn't get the resolve that she's looking for. Setting boundaries was another huge thing that we did talk about, because obviously her sister kind of tends to tell her every single thing that happens in these relationships. And obviously with family, while a person may experience some harshness in a relationship and decide to forgive that person and go back, family never forgets. Family doesn't forgive when that person does. And that's another thing that we discussed as well.